You guys gotta do it. Scooching like we know each other, guys.
Gonna be hyperdrive. Predator's
So what we're waiting for is that
voice actor.
I think so.
To
To
go
go down there.
I
think so. And then we're live.
You knew I was gonna do that.
Hey,
Here,
I'll play.
refresh that.
Okay, so.
Where's the refresh?
Hey, we're about to be streaming. Don't say anything you don't want to say.
Or TVC.
Okay, I think.
I think we're here.
Is this happening?
Yes, this is super happening.
Say something, people on there.
All
Say
right.
something on your stream.
Well,
We're about to start a live stream.
Ninja Seal!
Oh yeah, the comments are coming out. All right.
hey guys, what's up?
There's still no burger morpher! There's no burger morpher! No! Ninja Seal! Just in case you were wondering about that.
Hey guys, welcome. Oh, comments are coming. Okay.
Oh my God. Wow.
Hey guys.
Hi guys, I'm Bruno. This is Scott from.
I do a little thing
Like-
people like to
Little
call
show.
Okay.
Yeah.
What is it?
It's Power Morphicon.
Okay, that's for Ninja Turtles.
Yeah, we'll have Ninja Turtles there.
Okay, cool. All right. So the purpose of this live stream, we're asking you guys. No, you guys are asking us Power Morphicon questions. Because everybody has to come to me and ask me about Morphicon. This is the guy you want to talk to, or this guy over here who lost the Burger Morpher debate.
Okay, I didn't lose. I just didn't win.
Who is Bruno? That's a bad question. Go to bed.
Oh, you lost, sir.
All right, we're all the Morphicon questions. This is your guy. Morphicon questions, everybody.
While we're waiting for Morphicon questions, Japan World Heroes is like 2 weeks away.
This is true.
Yeah.
Tell us about that.
Japan World Heroes is our sister convention to Power Morphicon, where we're bringing in Japanese guests. So we've got Gal Ranger Red, we've got Kamen Rider W, we've got one of the suit actors that's been in basically every Red Ranger suit, almost every Red Ranger suit since the beginning of Super Sentai. Like he's like the most decorated suit actor of all times. He'll be there, and of course Ultraman.
Will there be toys?
There'll be lots of toys.
Okay.
Yeah. So that gives you your fix until Power Morphicon next year.
Is this going to be like an every other year thing?
We certainly hope so. Yeah,
So-
they have it in between Morphicon. You'll have a Japan World Heroes, and then you'll have another Morphicon.
So odd years is Japan World Heroes, even years Power Morphicon.
Yes.
So does that mean there will be less Japanese guests at Power Morphicon or no?
I'm going to limit that down a little bit and make it more of the Japan World Heroes part of it.
Gotcha.
wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
We'll still have some Japanese guests. We've got a really big one we're hoping for Morphicon. This is the other show to bring in guests that maybe wouldn't fit with Power Morphicon. Like we're bringing in Kamen Rider W, we're bringing in Ultraman. The suit actor that did all the Super Sentai suits also did Gamera. So, other stuff that we can bring to that show comparatively to Morphicon.
Anyone good going to be at Morphicon? Can you say yet?
We generally don't start announcing guests till well into the next year. However, when I was making the banner and making the flyers, Jason literally texted me. He's like, "Hey, I want to go to Morphicon." I'm like, "I'm doing the flyer right now."
Jason,
You
who?
want Jason David Frank?
Wait, who?
Who did he play?
Archibald! I know him.
Never heard of him.
And so I put him on the flyer and on the banners that day because he had literally texted me that day.
So he better show up now.
So we will be having a lot more guests for Power Morphicon next year.
Even more guests than Jason David Frank? What?
Yeah, there will be more than one guest for Power
But I
Morphicon.
want to go
Where's
all
Power
to the
Morphicon?
Con.
This year we moved it over to the Anaheim Convention Center. They have a brand new building that opens up next year, and that's where the show's going to be.
Near Disneyland?
It's right across the street from Disneyland. So
And California Adventure?
You're literally facing California Adventure from the convention center.
Can we go to Disneyland with the Power Rangers?
I'm sure a couple of them will go. We'll have discount tickets for Disneyland available later that are evening passes. So that once you're done with the show at Morphicon, you can then just go straight over to the park for a couple hours.
But the show never ends.
Bruno, did you meet Jason David Frank? He's on our channel. Watch our videos.
Okay, so are we ready to start answering questions?
Okay. Joe, you got questions for us?
Yeah, so from Cody Wilson, will Power Morphicon ever travel throughout the states?
No, that's it. It's so difficult to get all of the actors just to show up in California where they live, much less going to other states. It's not something that we can really do.
But it's not just the actors. You've got cast. You've got other.
Yeah, if you were to do it
Cast
at a
and
show,
crew.
you would have, maybe 20 guests at an event instead of having 120 cast and crew. And that's the big thing about Power Morphicon is that beyond just the Ranger actors, you get a lot of cast and crew. And the cast and crew have got stories you've never heard. They've never been to your local convention because they're only going to come out here to the California convention. And that's where they're going to tell you the real behind-the-scenes stories of pranks or just what they were doing on that episode or on that season that they were working.
A lot of the voice actors and some of the older cast and crew members, they have a lot of really good stuff to say.
Yeah, no, I mean, we do the Power Breakfast thing, and literally last year, just watching Kerrigan talk at that thing, I thought, I can just have a whole just dinner with Kerrigan event, and it would be great because the guy never runs out of stories.
He was Goldar in the Magna Defender.
And he was
Yeah.
Jeb. He was Jeb.
That is his most popular
Iconic role.
Yes.
I mean, he's amazing. So just to sit down at a table and listen to his stories is well worth anything you could do.
So, go on, Daryl.
Alright, so one second. Arturo Beltran would like to know, why did you move Power Morphicon Sky?
Why did I morph it?
Why did you move it?
I did not morph it. It is morphing into a new location.
Why did you?
And that's been basically requests from you, the fans, that Pasadena's hotels were too expensive.
But now I have to drive like
a while.
Now this
Yeah.
time.
It is a little more centrally located. It's closer to an airport. It's easier to get to from an airport. And there's more hotels. Instead of 3 hotels, you have 300 hotels to choose from. You can get hotels better to your price range, still within easy bus distance or walking distance or shuttle distance to the convention center. There's a lot more logistics involved. That makes it easier and cheaper for everybody to come out to the show.
So
And there's more to do in the evening than Pasadena.
Yeah, I mean, you have the whole downtown Disney. You have Disneyland itself. You have Medieval Times isn't far away.
Oh, that's true.
Really?
And beyond Medieval Times, everyone goes to Medieval Times. Right up the street from Medieval Times is the Pirate Adventure.
I've never been there.
It's better than Medieval Times, and it doesn't smell like horse. So
I like not smell like horse.
yeah, it's a win-win if you go to the Pirate Adventure.
Now, if you guys don't know, downtown Disney, it is still free, right?
It is still free to the 16th, and then they start charging you for regular parking, like LA parking.
But if you're flying in and you're at the hotel, you're not paying.
No, it's about a half-mile walk, or you can Uber it or take a taxi. There's taxis.
It's not
there.
far. We've walked there from
the convention
from
center.
VidCon when we went to VidCon, which was at the same place.
Yeah.
We walked to downtown Disney and we ate at the Rainforest Cafe, right?
Yeah, I'm sorry.
What?
Eating at the Rainforest.
But they have the
Cafe.
animatronic animals and the thunderstorms.
Yeah, there's a Mexican place there that's much better.
I think we went there too.
Yeah.
Buster Sword 275 would like to know, will we in any way be able to get the exclusive Blink Blink figure for those who aren't attending Power Morphicon?
If you're not attending Power Morphicon and you want to get the mystery figure, you need to buy a non-attending package. Those packages will be sent out after the convention. So the premiere of the mystery figure, where you can get your hands on it, it will be at the convention. Anyone that gets a non-attending package after the convention, we then ship all that stuff out.
So what is the difference between attending and non-attending?
Attending means you go.
Oh.
Non-attending means you don't go.
What?
That's where the word "non" in front of it means not attending.
But you still get the goodie bag.
But you still get the goodie bag.
What else is in the goodie bag?
Well, and one of the other things in the things, we will also put in extra stuff. Since you didn't get to go to the show, we might throw in some autographed glossies, maybe some other posters from the event. I know a couple of the actors end up just signing a bunch of stuff and leaving it for us at the end of the show. We throw all that stuff in the non-attending packages to make it go like, hey, I was just expecting to get a poster, and there's 5 posters, there's a coin, there's a pin, and there's an autographed picture of my favorite actor. There you go.
Spencer Shelton would like to know, where will the hotel blocks be and how would
Hold on, excuse me. What's this Team DJ stuff? Team Bruno!
Whoa,
Sorry.
Whoa, hey.
Hey,
Oh,
I'm
makes it
sorry.
a little hostile there.
Hey.
Daryl.
No. Okay, sorry. Go on.
Hotel blocks will be up really soon. That's all contractual issue, so I have to have everything signed, everything agreed upon, and then we will make an announcement. Hey, this coming Friday, hotel blocks will go up, and then you can get your hotel blocks.
I have a question. So I've heard that is there more than one mystery figure, or is there just one?
It's just one. We call it mystery figure, and then if you wanted to buy more than one mystery figure, you could, and you're allowed to do that. That has been some topic of confusion. It is a single mystery figure that Power Morphicon is offering through the convention.
Is there a limit for how many you can buy?
Depending on your registration tier, you can buy more than one.
Okay. Up to or as many as you want?
It depends on your tier that you can buy more than two.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you could buy 100 if you wanted?
Or is it after the show?
Okay.
How high do you want your
And the
registration to be?
The mystery figure is a 6.5-inch legacy figure?
It is going to be a legacy figure. We cannot, because of contracts, announce who it is just yet. As soon as we can get those things all signed up with, contracts and signatures, then bam, we're going to announce it.
It's Furbus, right? It's totally Furbus.
It is Furbus.
It's got to be Furbus.
I can't say who it is at this time. Once we can say it, we're going to say it. We've got artwork ready to go. We've got other events circled around the mystery figure and a theme of the convention.
All right.
Okay, who are these random people behind you?
Wow! We're nobody. We're the audience. Studio life.
Film inside.
You're my squad!
Studio life tape.
Squad goals.
Fans.
Ranger Squad!
Fans.
It's morphin' time.
We're the Brumia Force.
Brumia Force! Assemble!
That's actually the official name.
Alright! Seamus! DJ!
Steven!
Daryl.
Other Daryl. Damn, this is confusing.
Jess.
Well,
Holding the post.
this is a work in progress, people. Yay.
This is our first take.
This is our first roll call.
First roll call. No, we have to do moves, so it's like,
You guys got to get
Then
that
we
all
got
worked out.
like
You
Tommy
can
in
do
the background.
a Team Ginyu move where everyone's posing and everything.
Yes.
Oh my god, this is cool!
Yeah, there you go.
It's a little too cramped. We'll smack each other.
Yeah.
I'm holding this, I don't care.
And this was the room with more
Dad
space.
Force.
We almost did this.
Dad
entire-
Force.
Yeah.
Dad's dead.
Alright, Daryl.
Michael Breath would like to know, will there be an After Dark panel at Power Morphicon?
No, we do not do After Dark panels. I know there is a lot of adult fans for Power Morphicon. However, Power Morphicon is a family event, and therefore, on the grounds, we do not do an After Dark panel. We do everything we do for the show has to be family friendly.
So what you're saying, I caught that on the grounds.
If somebody does something off the grounds, like there's been after parties, people have done certain events. I'm trying to point backwards.
Upstairs?
No, I'm just pointing at other people. Other people can do events that are not on grounds. That's not a Power Morphicon event, and therefore whatever they do, they do.
You can also, buy like a Brad
Oh, it's more
Hawkins
you now.
poster.
Well, yeah.
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 There's
I
been
don't really care though.
Oh, dude.
I just
All right, I see a couple people talking about Alpha in the comments. Those people don't follow us on Facebook. What's up with that? And Alpha is coming. Alpha is a Build-A-Figure with the Psycho Rangers. Psycho Rangers!
Which version of Alpha is it?
Alpha 5.
Is it like OG Alpha 5 or is it
Turbo.
like In Space
Or
Turbo?
I think OG.
Movie.
OG.
overdrive.
Can we get the Bronx Alpha 6 and
Yo, Rangers.
No, just me.
What?
Alpha 6.
Let's get Alpha
Morphin
7,
Time
which is really
Reviews
Alpha
would
5,
like
so
to
you
know, will there be
Yeah.
anything special happening involving the 25th anniversary?
I'm quite sure those kind of questions will be answered further into the year. I mean, we are a year out for the program. That gives us a year to build programming, to build all the events that we're working on and that we're talking about. And that's one of the reasons that we do membership so early, is that then we have funds to put down for the new convention spot and get these other ideas rolling.
But I need to know everything that's going to happen before
You're
I
not.
decide if I'm
No.
going to go or not.
Yeah, people are already asking, what is the panel schedule going to be?
What is it? What's my panel?
Yeah, that it will be...
Can I charge $5 per person?
No, you can't.
10?
No.
Brumia Force panel.
Yeah.
Bruno and Neil will not be there. It'll just be the other Brumia.
It'll just be us.
And we'll talk about how much we know about Bruno and me.
They came for Angel Grove, they stayed for Stone Canyon.
We are the Stone Canyon of the Brumia Force.
This question's for Bruno from Sunny Vu. Do you know if Bandai will release a Gold Zeal communicator after PMC?
Just what I've told you guys. They said Comic-Con exclusive, and that's all I've seen. Scott, do you know anything about that?
I know exactly what you just said, and I probably could have just said it more eloquently.
Well, is it coming out or not?
As you did relate just a minute ago, the Bandai has only stated it was a Comic-Con exclusive, and that was their only plans for issuing of the gold communicator.
That's what they said. But will they? I mean, they did have a Comic-Con exclusive green-white morpher for Tommy.
But that was also like 14K gold-plated.
Right.
This one wasn't 14K gold-plated, so it was already the lower
Right.
version.
There was a workaround for them to release it. So.
Yeah.
I don't know if maybe the special box, but from all the info I have is that is the only way to get it.
Yeah,
That's what they've said.
The Bandai team really wants to make stuff at the convention exclusives to be very exclusive and to really that was your chance to get it and piss off everybody else.
Ooh.
No, I mean it's two ways. I mean when you go to a convention, you expect to get convention exclusives.
Sure.
And then people are like, well, I couldn't go to the convention exclusive. Well, you have eBay, you have Amazon. They're being sold in the forums. Now I have to pay more. Well, that's how it works. When you make a smaller quantity of an item, you're not getting the big orders from the big retailers, so therefore the prices have to go up.
Right. And plus, think of how much you would have spent had you gone.
Yeah, I mean, for an example, like hotel rooms, we moved the convention to Anaheim to get cheaper hotel rooms. San Diego was $350 for a room I would never pay $60 for. Like just the rooms while you're staying there are really expensive.
The last Comic-Con from last year, guess how much parking was?
One
night.
I get to prepay parking, so I don't know.
I paid $50.
That's nothing.
And they messed up my hood.
That's nothing. I read some comments.
And they're not responsible.
I read some comments now about like San Francisco Comic-Con, and the parking is $75 a day. And I've been down to where E3 is, and I've seen parking there for $150.
What?
Alright.
What's the expected parking for Power Morphicon to be like?
Power Morphicon parking,
Oh.
because there's so much Disney parking, you won't pay over $20. I think it's like $16 at the convention center. So,
Those
Okay.
Disney fans aren't ready for power.
there's already so much parking available that there's not it's not as bad. Like we're not going to bring in the kind of crowd that D23 had, where they filled up the parking or parking people on the off sites. They're going to park all the park people off site so that the convention parking is there for the convention people.
Okay. Alright. Any other things people should know about? Is Morphicon ever going to come to England? It's the same deal that Morphicon isn't going to Oregon or Arizona. It's... Well, do you want to explain it again?
No.
There already are traveling cons, so you get smaller...
And the big thing is now that Power Rangers, when we first started doing this convention, and I didn't even start it. Remember, Maureen Dodson started it. It was nothing. Nobody had a Power Ranger. No Power Rangers ever went to shows. We started this in 2007, and that was the first time Rangers ever were even invited to a convention. Since then, and now every weekend, Rangers are flying all over the world to go to conventions. And that's because of the popularity of Power Rangers and the popularity of Power Morphicon, bringing those guests to your local shows. Now, if you want to see all of them at one spot, that's Power Morphicon.
You gotta come to California.
Yes.
Oh, hi, Mia's here, because there have been a lot of comments that
Hey,
you have
man.
in this video.
No, I don't think you understand.
so rude,
Daryl was the Stone Canyon person that replaced Mia. So, Mia held a guitar over it. We got an actress to hold a guitar over her face until we replaced her, and it was great.
Okay, Random Garner, how are you reading random comments? There's another monitor over here that has the comments, so that's why we keep looking in different directions, because we're trying to
I'm
trying to watch all this, and then Daryl behind us is reading off.
You can see the
important-
glare in Scott's glasses.
Oh, hey, that's better. I've taken off the glasses, so now there's no glare, but now I can't read any questions.
No, you didn't put them back on. It's just like that's why
Yeah.
your
Yeah, I
glasses
can,
were lit up.
So, do you know if guaranteed attending passes for Friday? The figure is guaranteed as long as you buy a pass, right?
when you pre-buy a figure, you're guaranteed that figure. Now, we only have a certain allotment of figures that we can pre-sell and then sell at the show. So if you're like, well, I'm going to buy a pass, but I'm not going to buy a figure till I get there, that really depends on how much the pre-sale figures are.
Shameless start.
Wait, hold on. Go down, and then.
Our viewing audience here really doesn't know how to behave in a question and answer show.
We should probably let them do their thing.
Ninja Steel.
I'm gonna go out and eat more chicken. Ninja Steel.
Okay, guys, so 1 second so I can catch up with the questions. You're
Okay.
asking a lot.
Oh, they're in here.
All right.
So do you have a question?
When is Power Morphicon?
That's on the website, on the Facebook page, on the Twitter page, on our Instagram. It's August 2018. That's next year, not this August. Next year. And it's going to be the 17th, 18th, and 19th. And then remember, you can only go Friday if you buy the full weekend pass. Otherwise, you can only buy Saturday and Sunday days at the box office.
All right.
David is asking how many DragCon figures will be there at Morphicon.
The mystery figures are a certain quantity that we are working with, and how many figures will be at the show and how many figures will be for pre-order are different. And you're just going to have to find out.
Ooh. Team DJ. All right. Who's got? What were some of the? I know I'm not seeing some of the questions that I always get in the private messages that I can never answer.
Can I have your Megazord?
No, you can't have that.
What are the hours for Power Morphicon? Those are on the website under the Home tab.
Where's the website?
The website is officialpowermorphicon.com.
All right.
How do I open up my browser?
Use your use Google Chrome or Firefox. Those are good browsers to use to get on the interweb.
All right. Who's got some more questions about Power Morphicon?
That's fine.
You got Scott right here. Come on.
You had your chance now. Don't complain later.
Which hotel is for PMC?
Yeah, the hotel blocks will be coming out soon.
Hello, Scotland. Can I switch from attendant to a? Oh, can I switch non-attendant to attendant?
We thought you knew that.
Can they? If somebody got a non-attendee, can they switch to attendee?
That's a bit more complicated. You'd have to email us at the site.
But you're Scott.
Yeah, I mean, you have to email us, and someone literally has to go on a computer and do changes.
But it's doable, you're saying?
Yeah.
Okay.
Will the movie Rangers be there?
I talked to a couple of them at the Nerdist event, and they said they were ready to go. That's actually our first announcement for Power Morphicon was our video interview at the Nerdist event.
With yellow and blue?
Yeah.
I saw that.
Yeah. Becky G and RJ. They both said they were excited and can't wait to go. So we'll have to wait till next year to see if that happens.
What's all that laughing?
Becky G.
You laughing at Becky?
No, we love her.
Okay, because she's probably watching.
I think they mean
Becky, we love you.
Becky loves our videos.
Mm-hmm.
Does she?
She watches all. She says she's never missed one.
Yeah. And you want to be cool
Becky.
like Becky, right? You want to be cool like Becky.
Do we do refunds if we're unable to attend?
If you're unable to attend, you can switch your package to a non-attending package. Power Morphicon is a membership-based convention, which means it's a fan-ran convention. Your membership pays for the convention. We can't have this convention without you buying a membership. Therefore, they're not refundable because we've used your money for deposits.
I had a good question. Clifton Gunn would like to know: are autographs and pics free?
No.
Hard no.
And
Nice try.
that's actually really it's a maybe no. It depends on who it is you're talking to and who they are. Because Power Rangers have become so popular, a lot of them now make a living going to conventions and selling pics and selling autographs and selling photo ops, and therefore you need to put that in mind that you will have to pay for those.
And the pricing will vary by
Pricing
range.
varies dramatically depending on the person. It can be anywhere from $20 to $50 for an autograph.
But then sometimes, Jason David Frank will just randomly give you free stuff.
I mean, all actors
likes it.
can be in that, they're in the right mood, they're just going to sign something, and other ones will be like, you know what, This is a business. When you see me at my table, that's when I'm accessible, and then you can buy an autograph there. Please remember, when you do see Ranger actors walking around the convention when they're not at their table, and try to treat them with a little bit of space and respect. Certainly you can say hi, shake their hand, but don't ask for autographs and photos when they're not at their table, because when they're at their table, they're there to do business. When they're walking around, they're just trying to go get lunch or go to the bathroom like anybody
Is it okay
else.
to follow them into the bathroom for pictures?
That's absolutely
Everyone
not
Everyone takes their
not
head
allowed.
No.
That's the kind of things that, you know, we kick you out of the show for.
Like just like a quick selfie or something?
Nope.
Okay.
No.
What about you, Bruno?
What?
How about you? Can I follow you in the bathroom, Bruno?
I'd rather you didn't.
Can I take
See?
selfies?
How much would Bruno's autograph be?
Yeah, now, see, he's one of those guys, he'll just sign for free. Like, you know, you don't even have to ask him for a photo. Just come up, grab around him, and say, get a photo in there, and done.
He'll make $5.
Yeah, he's a free. You can just do that.
Now, me on the
Will
other
there be any
hand.
other Power Morphicon exclusives as we get nearer?
As we get
Con date?
near to the Morphicon date, we'll certainly start to show off some of the different swag and whatnot that we have included in the membership packages. Different exclusives certainly vary. We have a whole year to work on that. And whether or not we get another vendor like Bandai that wants to come in and offer an exclusive, we certainly hope we can get something like that done, but right now we don't have it in the cards.
Do cosplay props and weapons get piece bonded, or do they need to be?
Yeah, I mean, definitely now these days there's a lot of concern about cosplay weapons at conventions, and
Yeah, thanks a lot, crazy guy.
Mr. Punisher.
it's going to happen. We're definitely going to have your weapons are going to have to be inspected. We're going to have to talk to Anaheim security on what kind of security measures they want to have in place. When we know those measures, we'll post those measures up appropriately. Right now, we can say that something like that is going to be fine. You would have to have it inspected. We'd have to give you a little colorful tie. But if you brought in an airsoft rifle that looks like a real gun, that's a no-no.
And Power Rangers don't use airsoft rifles anymore.
They don't. We really don't have that kind of issue. But say they wanted to have a monster costume, and that
Sure.
monster costume had a gun. That gun looked too realistic. The security would say you would have to put it back in your car. If you have a giant, bright power sword or bow like that, it just needs to go through our security and peace bonding, and then you're good to go.
Christian Darius would like to know, was the Bryan Cranston PMC a guest announcement a joke or not?
It was on April Fool's.
The April Fool's joke, I was going to
Yeah.
say.
I don't care what part of the world you're in. If we post something on April Fool's, like the rest of the internet, don't pay any attention to it. Don't even look at a computer on April Fool's. You shouldn't even leave the
What about
house.
James Vanderbeek?
I just need to know when Energy Chasers is happening.
Yeah, never look at the computer, and realistically, never believe anything on the computer.
Oh.
Yeah.
But I'm on the computer.
Raven Reviews would like to know, how do we go about picking up our passes, or can they be shipped to us?
We don't ship stuff out. That costs a lot of money. That means we'd have to charge you more money for it, so therefore we don't do it. We have an early pickup that we start on Friday, and you can come in early, get your stuff, go back to the hotel, put your stuff in the room, get it changed in your costume, and then come back a couple hours later and go into the show.
Any relation with Funko for PMC?
Yeah, again, right now we only have one exclusive up for the show. It's a mystery figure. Even that exclusive is not entirely signed and on the dotted line. As the year goes, we might add some more stuff. We certainly would like to add more stuff, and we'll see how it goes.
So what
I
you're
can't read if you're showing me something.
Can I cosplay as Bruno at Power Morphicon? As a
No.
matter of fact, last week I saw one.
No, that's a different show.
Yeah, this is a good Bruno
What is that?
cosplay right here.
Whoa.
Whoa,
what?
Can we see that?
Wait, that doesn't look good on there.
Yeah, it doesn't look good on the
Cosplay
screen.
Bruno from MMPRtoys.
Yeah.
What doesn't look good on there?
Oh yeah, that Bruno cosplay looks amazing.
Man,
Yeah.
spot on.
That is accurate.
Spot on.
Nailed
That
it.
is spring
Yes,
accurate.
you can
Spring
cosplay.
accurate.
I don't think the hat's right.
You know what I'm saying? He's a
Anyway,
little tall. I
Okay.
think Bruno's shorter.
exclusive Bruno figure. What's up with that, Bandai? Where's my figure?
Where's that Build-A-Bruno figure?
Like, what is
Build a
that?
Bruno.
Like, that's Bruno never had.
Build a Mia.
Build-A-Mia.
I'd get
Bruno Builder. There you go.
No, Mia at the back.
When will Bruno do a cosplay? You should check out our channel.
Bruno doesn't cosplay, I tried.
Some
My
of
whole
these-
channel is a cosplay.
Some of these questions do go by so quick. so it's hard to see.
And we're trying not to answer the same questions over and over, guys.
Yeah.
Well, hi, I'm
Will,
Saban.
okay, here's one we can answer. Will tickets be available at the door? Saturday and Sunday single day passes will be available at the convention box office. They will be a little higher than what you pay online.
So get it early.
You don't have to buy it today, but buy it before the show. And we will be ending memberships early as well, so we can get all the paperwork taken care of and make it a much more smoother, easy access through the show. One thing I want to talk about is we have a bad reputation for shirt delays.
Uh-oh.
Every year we use a different person for shirts, and every year those persons show up late with our shirts. This year we're using a company that does us shirts for a lot of racing events in Napa, the big speedways and whatnot. They have a guaranteed ship date and receive date where we're going to do all the shirts through them. Each shirt will be individually wrapped with the size on it. It'll be in your package when you show up to pick up your packages.
That's fancy.
Because of that, though, we are shutting down any orders with shirts 6 to 8 weeks before the convention, just to make sure that that is all taken care of. So if you do want to get a package with a shirt, you will need to get it a month and a half, 2 months before the convention date, because then we're going to cut that off. We'll make a small amount of overages for sales at the show, but we're going to keep that really small because of difficulties with it before.
Raven Reviews would like to know, are Platinum Passes still sold out, and are there any other ones you can get?
I haven't looked at the data on that. I know people said that, hey, they sold out and then they came back up. What happened? What happened was so many people had put them in their carts but never went through checkout. And after a certain point, they kicked those things out of the checkout, which is why they disappeared and then showed back up on the package. But by that point, a lot of people that wanted platinum packages had already bought gold since they thought platinum had completely sold out. Every year we do add more to those packages so that they don't sell out immediately and people can have the opportunity to buy the package that they want.
What would you say, how long do people have to purchase memberships, shirts, goodie, all that stuff? Like, what is kind of the cutoff date?
Like,
That's what we're saying is, like, if the show is the second week of August.
Right.
You're
2018.
You're going to want to get your stuff second week of June. That's
2018.
That's 8 weeks out. Yeah.
Okay. So
We'll make an announcement like, hey, this is going to be your last week to get shirts and packages with shirts.
What about the memberships, though? Those kind
And
of
the memberships
they
will
kind of
go
sell out, though, right?
With this new bigger building, we have ability to buy more, have more people in the thing.
Okay.
At a certain point, if we hit those numbers, we will announce it and go, hey, we're getting ready to
So,
sell
like,
out.
is gold membership still available?
There was like 20 or so last time I looked on
Okay.
that. There was 2 platinum last time I looked.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Are you still doing the breakfast?
We are doing the Power Breakfast. We had to change the name of Power Breakfast because by calling it Gold Breakfast, everyone who had a gold membership thought, well, I automatically get to go to the Gold Breakfast. It says gold in the name. That's just because when we first did the Gold Breakfast, only Gold Rangers could go because we hadn't even invented Platinum Rangers. Now we call it the Power Breakfast so that you do remember that you have to buy an extra ticket to go to the Power Breakfast. And that will be at one of the hotels that we're partnering up with.
Okay.
I'm addressing this because we've gotten asked a couple of times. Brendan Bando would like to know, are we going to have featured artists and cosplayer as guests at Morphicon?
I always like to bring in artists that we do our prints. So one of the things with our different package tiers is that different package tiers have different artists just for that tier. So those artists will definitely be there. We'll have other artists coming in for that. I've been talking to Jeremy Liu that's done prints for us before. He's going to do one of the t-shirt designs this year, and he'll be there at the show. He can't wait to come out. So we'll have artists there. We'll bring in some cosplay guests as well that want to come out to the show.
Okay. When will panel information stuff be up?
Is this ready?
No, there's no panel information ready because we don't even have our guests lined up. To do a panel, you got to have all your guests on this big giant sheet of paper, all your panel rooms on this big giant piece of paper, all your photo op times on this giant sheet of paper, and then match them all up so it goes very efficiently. That's not my job. I'm going to have somebody else do it.
What's the theme of the pens?
He smiles.
Oh, because you don't know what he's done to me.
Beetleborgs?
Yeah.
No, I mean, last year we did Dino Charge. We did a pin trading. It was more successful than we thought. We ran out of pins rather quickly, and because of that, we didn't actually have a lot of pins to trade because they were all gone. We're hoping this year that we're going to have a different theme. We're going to have a couple other cross-theme pins, and we'll have more of them there at the show so people can do some pin trading.
What are the kids doing out there, Mia?
Voices.
Voices? Okay.
Will we be doing any live streams of the convention on on this channel or any other affiliated channels?
That's really up to Bruno if he's going to live stream any parts of the convention. Other people do live stream at the convention, including Shout Factory. All that kind of stuff is, again, in the future.
I was able to do that through CS Toys.
Yeah.
Yeah. CS Toys.
Thanks,
there we
Mr.
go.
S.
Those guys are great, and they live stream the entire show.
And Mr. S is going to be at your Japan World Hero show coming up, right?
No,
No, he's not?
No.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm kind of heartbroken about that.
Oh, I thought he said he was coming to California.
Maybe just coming to California to see you.
Oh, okay. Okay, never mind.
Are Sentai cosplays okay? Are there any cosplays that are not okay at Power Morphicon?
No Power Ranger cosplays at Morphicon.
The only kind of cosplays, again, that we want to say that you don't show up as a SWAT team guy.
Especially a SWAT team.
We're going to have SWAT team guys there, so we don't want to get confused and people ask you questions like where the bathroom is, and you're like, I'm just in cosplay. Anything with realistic looking guns and weapons is a no. You want to be dressed up like Bulk and Skull? Yeah. You want to be dressed up like Bruno? Dress up like Bulk and Skull.
No.
That's right.
Burns.
There can only be one.
There you go.
Alabama.
Alright.
Okay. Again, the dude with the Candyland mustache is Scott Zillner. He is the head of He is the head and owner of Power Morphicon. Without him, none of this would be possible. So.
Thank you, Scott.
Thank you, Scott.
Man.
Did I just see no pink spandex?
Yeah, no Speed Madness is there. How's the Wi-Fi and cell service at the Anaheim Convention Center?
That's a good question, and I will certainly look into that. It is a new building, which means they will have brand new equipment.
This is where VidCon is held, so hopefully
It's in the new building. Where
Oh.
VidCon was in the old building,
Okay.
this is in the new.
I haven't seen the new one, have you?
The new, it's under construction.
Okay.
I can see a box
Okay.
with people working on it with hammers and saws, and it looks just like all those other construction videos.
Okay.
Yeah.
There was a good question here. Is security going to be better at Power Morphicon compared to the other conventions?
Well, I mean, we're going to have the Anaheim Convention Center security. We're going to have Anaheim police officers there. Now these days, everyone's really concerned, and that means more money gets spent towards security. So it probably means less Rangers we can fly out because of the cost of security.
Thanks a lot, crazy people.
Yeah.
I'm still going through stuff, so if you see anything.
Alright, let's see. Let's see what we got. Oh, you guys got to save up for PMC. You got 2 years.
And that's another reason that the convention is every other year rather than have it every year, is it does give you plenty of time to save up, to plan your vacation, to come out to California and experience the show. If we did it every year, it wouldn't be as big. It'd be more of a watered down, not as well attended or as well filled full of guests convention.
It makes it
Depending on
special.
what are you gonna say?
It makes it special.
That's right.
Exactly. Making it every other year does make the convention
Feels
special.
right.
It makes it more on part because you look forward to it. It's an event.
Absolutely.
And that's one of the main points that we try to make. And with the show this year in the new building, we really want to make it as big an event as possible.
Will we be doing any Sentai actors at all for Power Morphicon? Or
I'm sure we'll still have a couple of Sentai actors. I mean, a large portion of the focus is to have the Japanese actors at Japan World Heroes. But we'll still have some Super Sentai actors there at Power Morphicon.
Will we ever get Beetleborg actors again?
You know, the problem with the Beetleborg actors is either they're off doing other things and they don't think you love them. You really need to let them know you want to see them at Power Morphicon so they can come out.
Wow, the DVD sales were crazy. I think Shout sold over 3 copies.
But aren't the actors like super successful and stuff? I've heard that's honestly been the reason how come.
Some of them make enough money where they would lose money to come to Morphicon. So that is an issue.
Unless a lot of people wanted them to go.
That's where you really have to convince them on social media that you want to see them at the show. because a lot of people are off doing their own stuff and they don't have time to come out to the show. So you got to make them know they need to come out to the
It's
show.
kind of the same deal with everything. If it's a toy you want to see, if it's a DVD you hope will come out, if it's a show that you like, everything needs to be supported or it goes away.
Yes.
So Legacy Tour and Shogun Zord are possible, Bruno? Is that what you're confirming?
Absolutely. If there's a demand. And I see a lot of the comments, a lot of people keep asking, when's this? When's that? Are they going to do this? Well, for one thing, I've addressed all these things on the channel, including Tour, including the Shogun Zords. Let's see, how do I say this? Yeah, they haven't really said anything about Shogun Megazord. They didn't say no, though. They just haven't announced a next thing yet. Is there anything you can comment on with that?
No, I think that's the same boat. Is you really have to show support for the products. Toy tooling and toy sales are definitely being less and less these days, and therefore, to get a big toy, you really got to support it. And if they don't feel there's support, they're not going to make the toy.
So, I guess I didn't know this until recently. Retailers have some say.
Retailers have a lot of say in the package. So Walmart, if a buyer at Walmart says, I want the Tour Shuttle Zord, Bandai will make it. So you've got to tell Walmart you want that, and Walmart will then tell Bandai.
But on the other side of it, according to somebody at Bandai, they wanted to go bigger with Titanocharge Megazord. And Walmart said, no, we don't want that. We would like just, this is the price point we want. We want this size. The other ones we're happy with. They're selling. Do that. We don't want a big thing.
And that's, again, the retailers. Walmart buys more toys than Toys R Us. So Walmart has more of a say in what you get and what you buy because what they want to fill those shelves with. And you have to understand, too, that if I go in there to a toy store these days and I look at the shelves, it's pitiful compared to what I saw as a kid.
Oh, me too.
The shelves used to be 12 feet tall, filled with stuff. And you would have $100 and $200 toys filling the bottom rows of aisles because people bought that many toys. And now these days you don't. You got to buy stuff like that in order to get more stuff. You have to do it. You have to not want to wait. Well, I'm going to wait till it goes on clearance or something before I buy it. By the point it goes on clearance, they've already made the decision not to make another one.
We warn you guys not to do that clearance.
I mean,
you have to buy it.
I get it. It's who doesn't like saving money? It's always, we all want to get stuff on sale, but if it's on clearance,
it's dead at that point.
So that's told Bandai or Toys R Us or Walmart or whoever else. People don't like this thing. So here it is for cheap, but probably not going to be doing a lot more of them.
Daniel Alvarez actually has a good question.
Okay.
Is Anaheim Convention Center the permanent home for Power Morphicon, or will it ever come back to Pasadena?
You really don't know. I mean, obviously, we're giving Anaheim a shot at this convention. We want to see how it goes. We hope the bigger space and wider range of hotel choices make it more appealing for people to come out to the show, and certainly we'll see what attendance is in 2018.
Well, even Mia and I, we always drive to Pasadena because, I don't know, by the time we look at hotels, they're already gone.
And that's been an issue. I remember answering emails before Morphicon last year of people going, I want to come out to the show, but the hotels are $500 a night.
Wow.
And that's because the hotels do a demand pricing. So if more people are in demand of those hotels, they up the price. And because there's only a couple hotels in the Pasadena area, they were upping the price to the point that people weren't going to go to the show because they couldn't get a hotel. In Anaheim, there's a lot more hotels, and therefore that kind of demand pricing upcharge isn't as big of a deal, and you can find cheaper hotels.
Will we have more sponsors next year?
We have more sponsors every show. We're always getting more sponsors onto the show. There's more license holders now than ever for Power Rangers, and hopefully we can see more of them at the show.
Will we see the next team of Rangers at Power Morphicon, or is it going to be just Super Ninja Steel?
Again, that's a kind of a thing up to Bandai and Saban and what they're going to show and what they're not going to show. I can't tell you a year in advance what decisions they're going to make in 6 months. We will announce things as they come along. You never want to miss the Saban panel.
But when will we announce
or the Bruno panel after the Saban panel.
But when will we start announcing new actors?
We will certainly get everything set up before we start announcing actors. Jason David Frank was an exception because he was on my phone right when I was making that flyer.
Is Austin St. John going to be there?
We don't know. We have not outreached to actors at all yet. We haven't gone out there
he's
with
been
contracts.
coming.
We're going to work on that stuff in the next couple months, get the contracts ready, and then start outreaching to guests.
Is there free lunch in the packages?
There's no free lunch.
Not like a little sandwich in the goodie
Well,
bag?
thank you for addressing that.
No, there's no free lunch. However, being Anaheim, there's lots of places to eat within walking distance of the convention. The convention center has food, and actually the convention center hamburgers are pretty good. So there you go.
I had a good wrap there once. Over there.
Over there.
Yeah. All right, what else we got for Morphicon?
Will we have episode or movie screenings at Power Morphicon?
We will certainly have screenings. What is being screened again in the future, we can't tell you yet.
More modern legacy figures.
Now we're looking at stuff.
Okay, I'm reading comments. So, let's see. For any questions, will there be regarding toys? You guys never have to ask. I share all the news. if you're asking, I probably don't know, because I'll let you guys know. There's everything you guys are buying, they're making more of. Bandai has said they want to do all the legacy figures. Girls are clogging the shelves, so, support the legacy figures and more will come. They just revealed Psycho Rangers, Silver in Space is coming.
Buy complete sets of figures. The female figures are already not in the same quantity as the male figures, so that not everybody has to buy a set, but make sure you buy a set.
I think they did say they're going to start shipping less girls than they have been.
And that's then going to make the girl figures hard to get because you didn't buy them now.
Because right now, any store you go to, whether it's Toys R Us or Target, I think Walmart carries them, but ours doesn't. But all you're going to see is, well, that's with Mighty Morphin, but Pink Movie, Tori, In Space Yellow, it's even Dustin. And I wonder if people aren't buying Dustin because he's yellow, and people see yellow and think it's a girl. I'm wondering about that.
They shouldn't. They should just buy them all.
Well, they look so cool when they're all together.
You want to make a team.
I do. I can't speak for everybody. But all right. But yeah, that goes for. Is there going to be a tour? Is there going to be a? Here's a
question: is there going to be another promotion coin for the first X amount of entries to the con? That coin was for the movie, and that was given to us by Lionsgate to give out to the first so many people into the show. Certainly, promotions like that are in the future. When we have one, we'll announce it.
OMG, Bruno noticed me. Guys, every time I post a video, I'm there for the next 2 hours responding to comments. I respond to all your comments. Check out our videos.
He really does. He
Subscribe.
To all the comments.
I go through hundreds of comments all the time. I respond to as many people as I can. You should never be surprised if I answer you. This is not the place to ask me lots of questions, though. This is Morphicon.
Who's got questions for Power Morphicon?
Because you guys always ask me Morphicon questions that I can't answer. So I've got the owner of Power Morphicon and Daryl over here, his trusty sidekick. So if you guys have Morphicon questions that I can't answer, now is the time. Because we're going to end the live stream, and my messages are going to be filled out with Bruno. I have a question about Morphicon. It's like, ask Scott.
You guys got 10 more minutes, so ask away.
10 more
good
minutes.
Good questions, though. Make them good questions.
Will there be a Bandai live stream?
If Bandai does a live stream, no.
If Bandai does that.
No Magic 8-Ball questions. Good questions.
This is actually a very good question pertaining to Power Morphicon.
Okay.
Will Morphiclaws make an appearance again?
Morphiclaws is no longer with Bandai. I hope he'll show up as a fan. I miss Greg. But, no.
First time attendee, how do you select guests? We have another member of the team that goes out and talks to the guests. That's his full-time job. He's out there to get everybody involved as he can. He goes out to events where they may be to talk to them about it. He's always working. Even when we're in an off year, he's talking to people to secure them for guests this next year. So we'll definitely have guests come out. We try to get everybody in the area, and then we have a limited budget for people that we do fly in.
Daryl, are you single?
So anyways.
He's been trying to avoid that.
How did Power Morphicon start? Power Morphicon was a Make-A-Wish Foundation wish in 2007. It was started by Maureen Dawson. She did the show. As Power Morphicons go, it's very hectic, very chaotic. At the end of the show, I approached her and said, hey, I want to keep this going. And then you had Power Morphicon. ran by me in 2010, and we decided to do it every other year since.
Thank you, Scott.
Scott, are we doing another Power Rangers filming location tour?
We will have another Power Tour
Ooh.
that will be available for Platinum Rangers first, then Gold, and then if we have any spots left over, we'll open it to Silver and then Red tiers.
That sounds cool. What is it?
The Power Tour is where we get a couple buses. We take you around town to show you some filming locations.
Like what? Like what?
We're gonna try to find out some new locations, but then we try to end the tour at the command center.
Get out.
Yeah, it's
The command center?
the command center. It's located here in Los Angeles.
Is
We
Zordon inside the command center?
No, he's dead, you fool.
Yes.
Whoa, spoilers!
Yeah. It's something we did last year. We definitely want to do it again this year. Certainly we have to get certain rights and permissions, and it's a long process. When we can announce it, we will.
Bruno, how do you afford all those toys and props? I work 8 days a week,
Bruno,
30 hours a day,
There's 7 days.
every day of the year.
Yes.
Work, 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 work. And so does Mia. I exchange work for money.
I like
money
that
for-
idea of a Power Morphicon Express going to the UK. We'll certainly see what we can do.
But you have done some traveling. It's a smaller convention, right?
Power
Morphicon Express.
Morphicon Express is generally when we bring Rangers to your local show.
Right.
That was replaced rather quickly by lots of agents representing Rangers and then bringing those Rangers to shows. When it says Power Morphicon Express, that means that we, the Power Morphicon show, are bringing those actors to that convention.
Okay. Kim, you single?
Kim.
Kim?
William.
Am I?
Ariana.
No.
Oh.
No. There
By
we
the
go.
way, by the way, Henshin Ball said.
Oh, you're over there. I'm looking at you over
Yeah, he
oh.
said come to Power Morphicon, bring lots of money.
Yep.
Yes,
Money.
all of it. You know,
Money.
that's actually that's something that people always ask me. How much money should you bring?
All of it.
All of it.
Here's a question. Will Kamen Rider actors be at Power Morphicon? No. That's what Japan World Heroes is for. Come to Japan World Heroes. We're going to have Kamen Rider W in 2 weeks at Pasadena. So if you want to see a Kamen Rider actor, there you go. Come to Japan World Heroes.
But seriously, what is a more eloquent way of responding to people who say how much money should they bring? I just say whatever you can.
You bring what you can
spend.
comfortably spend. Definitely.
Don't bring less and don't go crazy. But
You're going to go crazy because it's an event. And you're going to see stuff there that you've been probably looking for. You're going to meet a lot of actors. You're going to want photos with them. You're going to want autographs. You're going to want to get your plushies autographed. You know, it can be overwhelming. That's why it's
So
every
many
2 years.
toys.
Save up for it. Come out and the main rule of thumb is have a good time.
Money, money, money. Must be funny.
How do you volunteer for the event, and what kind of goodies do you get if you do?
Well, volunteers we've had a bad experience with over the years, so we're very careful about what volunteers we take for the show. We'll have volunteer applications up probably next year.
Okay.
But are you guaranteed to be a volunteer if you apply?
No, you apply like you apply for a job doesn't mean you get it. We
So-
choose who we get.
But if I buy a badge, it's a guarantee that I can go to the show.
If you buy a badge for the show, you get to go to the show. If you think I'm just going to volunteer and go to the show and we don't pick you, then you don't get to go to the show.
Okay, so yeah, you probably would just want to buy a badge and not just.
Any tips for trying to go to Disneyland while at PMC?
Yeah, we will have tickets available for going to Power Morphicon, and then there'll be discounted tickets if you also want to go to Disneyland. They'll have different days you can choose, different packages you can choose. All that stuff will be up later next year, closer to the date, because they have certain date deadlines that you can order from, and then you have to stop ordering. And it can't be too far out from the convention.
Somebody wanted to know if we'll adopt them. We already have 2 cats.
And a Jerry.
And Jerry. So I guess it would depend. How good are you with yard work? Are you good at cleaning?
He does need some yard work done.
I
saw that out there.
We need
The railroad tracks are being overgrown.
It's true. I can't even run the trains in the backyard anymore.
This is actually a
The blackberries
big
have
question.
overgrown.
Jacob Muntz would like to know, what if you buy a badge and then get picked up to be a volunteer?
Certainly we'll figure that out next year.
Cool.
Who is Erlim? Why are they saying hi?
Heirloom?
You
That's
guys
British.
Scott with
that's my
British.
friend.
He's that
Heirloom.
guy from like the UK
they
or
look
whatever.
alike or something.
That's Mark Smith.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know that guy.
Scott for heirloom.
You know the guy.
It's not heirloom.
Hi, heirloom.
They look nothing
Oh,
like
Yeah, numerous people have said that already.
That's Mark Smith.
Mark Smith.
He looks nothing
Will
like.
there be a Forever Silver panel for the 25th anniversary?
Ooh.
That's a good idea.
Silvers have their-
I think we're going to steal that.
I think there'd be enough.
I think there should be a Forever Steel panel now.
Do vendors take credit cards?
Vendors take credit cards. We're in the 25th century.
Yeah.
And the 25th anniversary and the 25th century with Forever Silver. I like
All
Forever
right.
Silver. You should make a logo for that.
Yes.
All right.
I like silver.
Yeah.
What are you asking? No, Peaks Panics will not have a panel at Power Morphicon because you all keep asking so much.
That's not true. They might have a panel.
When am I going
We
to
have
show
not done. We have not done panels. We have not figured out panels.
All
We've-
our purposes right now is on
Yeah.
panel.
We have a guy that runs all that. Peter, he's a great guy. He figures out panels, and it almost kills him every year. So if you see him at the show, thank him, give him a handshake, maybe a candy bar. He does the panel scheduling, the panel logistics. Thank you, Peter.
Oh, someone just posted Legacy Thunder Megazord for $200. You guys should have been following us on Facebook when I posted it for 60
All right.
seconds.
Would you ever consider bringing Power Morphicon to the LA Convention Center? No. LA Convention Center is not friendly to the consumer. It's not friendly to the fan. There's nowhere to walk to go eat. There's nowhere to walk to have any kind of fun.
What about hotels?
Hotels are really expensive downtown LA. We are looking forward to a new experience and better options here in Anaheim.
I think Anaheim. If you already live in California, just go to Anaheim.
Yeah, it's a perfect excuse to come out for a couple extra days before or after the convention and go to the park.
I mean, as we went through earlier, there's a lot of cool stuff to see and do in Anaheim.
There is. I mean,
It's
there's
a touristy.
beyond just Disneyland. You know, there's Knott's Berry Farm is down those streets.
Not that far.
And it's really cheap. There's a lot to do there, especially family-friendly events.
Yeah, you want to get your good chicken and what was it? What do we got
Yes.
there? The pie.
Yeah,
We had like
Roscoe's.
it was like
Yeah,
a
Roscoe's.
No, the Knott's chicken dinner thing.
Yeah.
Knott's chicken dinner. No, it's great. I mean,
Yeah.
you shouldn't just limit your experience to Power Morphicon at Disneyland. Check out Knott's. Maybe watch some Knott's special passes too.
Yeah, Knott's is cool.
Yeah.
They have those good old trains too. I want to do an old time photo. That would be fun.
Old time photo
Yes.
and see Snoopy.
Okay, I'll see
Yeah.
Stupid.
Would you ever consider YesterCon where they perform the bomb threats? How would we deal with something like that?
Oh, we would have to do the same exact thing that happened at YesterCon. That's just simply the way the rules are put in place. Hopefully, no fans will do something like that.
It's okay. Jason David Frank is going to be there. He was a Turbo Ranger. They know how to deal with the detonators.
Yes.
That's the worst example ever do for that.
And unfortunately, fans get overruly, and they do these kind of swatting things on live streamers. They get caught. They go to jail.
Don't go to jail, guys. It's not fun.
Yeah, we're all here to have fun. Let's just keep it at that.
I'm being asked a question about cosplay music videos. You sure bet.
Cosplay music videos.
Okay, we got time for
Some
one
of
more
those.
question, and then we're gonna
Well,
log off.
who knows if maybe somebody wanted to take care of that.
I wish I knew a guy. But,
Yeah.
all right.
Yes, we did talk about medieval times and the pirate adventure.
Pirate Adventure is better than Medieval Times.
Ooh.
It's cheaper, no smell of horse, and you get better food.
No smell of horse
No smell of horse.
and better food.
Better food. I mean, you get a lot of food there.
There's also a McDonald's. I'm a G-scale train person.
And there's a trains
There's a
all over
McDonald's.
McDonald's. That's all on the same street as Knott's Berry Farm.
Mm-hmm.
Scott, do you autograph anything?
Yeah, anything somebody wants me to sign, I'll sign it.
He's made a bunch of action figures. So,
Anything?
Anything. I'll sign
Wait, you
Bruno's forehead right now if we had a pen. See people scrabbling for pins.
If we get to 3,000 thumbs up.
Oh, is that what we need?
Yeah.
Oh, you have a ways away
Yeah,
to get up.
those thumbs are slacking.
Yeah.
It's built, stuff like this builds up though. The first time we did it. 3,000. We need 3,000 likes to get Bruno right PMC on his forehead.
Yeah, people can't smack that like button. 50,000 and me and I will cosplay. Will special behind the scenes from the movie be shown? They're on the Blu-ray.
Yeah.
support the release.
Yeah.
Because the
Buy
box
the movie.
office.
Buy the movie.
Yeah.
They've had better sales for the DVDs and Blu-ray sales than the theatrical.
Right,
So that did a lot better. You fans really did go out. I know several people that went and got
I bought
3
4.
different versions. You got 4 versions of the movie. That helps. That tells them, like, hey, look, there's appeal here to make another movie. And that's what you need to show them with
So
sales.
maybe it's not a total.
I think we're going to get another movie. Yeah, I think so.
Because they already set us up for Green Ranger.
They did. Why not give it to us?
Well, they want to. I mean, they definitely want to. I mean,
So you
both
need to
Saban
support.
and Lionsgate
Yeah.
have said they want to do not just one more, but they want to do multiple. I mean, they've said that. I think you guys know that. Actually, we went to Lionsgate together to see the. We saw the movie there, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Because we also saw the trailer at Lionsgate. But yeah,
I didn't go for the trailer. I went
No,
for
that
the-
was we were with Andre, I think, for that one.
Yeah.
But yeah, Andre was at. Oh, okay. I don't remember now. And then we had dinner with Scott at Denny's, right?
I remember. I said-
Right before they
Die
closed.
Hop.
No, that was Denny's.
Was it?
Denny's isn't
Okay.
closed.
Yeah, it was Denny's. Yeah, it was Denny's.
Was it Denny's? No, it was IHOP.
Oh, God.
Pancakes.
IHOP.
They both have pancakes.
IHOP, 'cause Denny's never closes.
Denny's never closes, and we were like the last table in. They're like, you got to order food now and get the hell out. And
Yeah.
we're like, we can do that.
But anyway, the point I was coming to. So we were at Lionsgate at their office in Santa Monica. We saw the movie there first.
Yes,
And
that was nice.
That was really nice. We had the whole theater to ourselves. That was cool. But anyway.
And I was at a meeting with Toei people right before that in Santa
Okay.
Monica.
But we did talk to the Lionsgate people. This is the point I was trying to come to.
Get to the point.
Okay. So I asked if they're going to do a sequel, and the response was just fingers crossed. That was
Yeah,
pretty much what they
it
said.
really comes down to you, the fans, and the demand. So make sure you show the demand, get the DVD, write them, tell them that you want to see more, and they'll make it.
The thing is, whether there's toys, movies, whatever it is, companies, they want to make money. If you're buying their stuff, why would they stop doing it? They're going to say, we're going to keep going with this because we want to stay in business. So whatever you're supporting, we're getting more of.
Stuart Griffin, you wanted a shout out. It's your birthday. Happy birthday! Woo!
Hey.
Hold on. Today it is your birthday.
Ninja Steel! There you go.
Okay. That's pretty much it. We're 3 minutes over schedule. So
We're
if you
3
want-
minutes
I didn't know
over
we had a
schedule.
schedule.
Yeah, there's a
Is
schedule.
Jerry making? I don't know. I think Jerry's making pizza.
Oh, that's on
yeah,
schedule.
We gotta.
Is he doing pizza?
Yeah,
Yeah, is he doing
missing
pizza?
that.
Yeah.
Oh, he's doing
Oh,
pizza?
Okay.
And I got really good soft cookies. Has anybody had those?
They weren't really good. They were soft, but they weren't really good.
Well, then you're not having any more of them.
Oh, someone recognizes you in the background. Dude.
All right.
Oh,
So,
okay.
any other question? Any last minute questions?
Who was it?
Would you bring it to Columbus, Ohio?
Oh.
No, Columbus, Ohio.
California only. But guys, if you ever have any questions, you can always post them on the PMC page, and we have helpful admins that
I love Kamen Rider.
that respond to you as fast as we can.
Ninja Steel.
Xaid. See you at Japan World Heroes. That's also a big show coming up.
Someone farted!
Oh, wait.
What?
It wasn't me.
It was Ben the guy.
What is the key to taking care of your mustache handlebar? Yeah, that's actually a really important question. He never shares though. It's a secret.
Come to Morphicon.
Masked Rider actors, yay or nay? We certainly asked some of the Masked Riders, and I know
Candace Keita? It's
Candace comes out.
Dex is the hard one. TJ, is it TJ Roberts? Yeah, he's
Yeah, we have the suit actor. He always comes out. Michi comes out all the time, so he was the guy actually in the suit. So he'll be at Power Morphicon with his team, modern American Tokusatsu Fujiyama Ichiban.
Does anybody know?
General Deals.
I don't think Jack specific Megazord's coming. Does anybody know about that?
You know, they showed it off and they did pre-orders.
Long time
but
ago.
We still haven't seen it. I hope so. It looked great. It looked fantastic. Price point was good. Jax, write Jax. You guys want to get something like this made? Write Jax and say, hey, we want the.
We're interested.
Megazord.
We're gonna buy
We
it.
want to buy it. And if you give them enough letters, you give them enough emails, they'll put that toy out. That's how you get it made.
I mean, I think you guys know we bugged Bandai for some stuff that ended up happening.
Yeah, we
the Ranger
did.
Key set, they weren't complete.
We've had Elizabeth run at the show, but 1 year before. I know she lives and works in Vegas. We'll certainly try to get her out again. It's up to her. I want to see how Scott looks without a mustache and beard.
Will never happen.
I don't know about
That's his
that.
trademark.
Try to fly in more New Zealand guests.
We'll certainly try. We're going to have a really strict travel budget this year for the show and stick to it. So we're going to have certain guests that we can bring in and other guests we won't be able to bring in. Then it's also, again, depending on our membership sales. More memberships means we have a bigger budget. A bigger budget means we can bring more people in.
What about Legacy Psycho Silver? Support the figures and he will come. Everything you guys support, they're going to keep doing.
Yeah.
And they haven't they actually have 3 mystery figures, I think, that were shown at Morphicon that don't include Comic-Con that don't include the Morphicon exclusive, right? That wasn't one of their little. No, it wouldn't be. They have like 3 question mark. I wasn't.
They have lots of question marks. They have lots.
I think there were 3 that weren't revealed at Comic-Con that were on their presentation. Yeah. I wasn't there, so I wasn't. I didn't see the whole thing, but from what I heard.
There's lots of mysteries. They like to hold things in their pocket.
To the last minute.
When is my video coming out? Every single week. We've been working on the same video for like 15-hour days for the past week. It was supposed to be up today. Couldn't get it done, so now we have to... The video that we were doing no longer makes sense, so I have to go back and do some reanimation and different dialogue because it was supposed to be about today's episode, and now it's not valid because we do a lot of crazy things and animation and set building and all that fun stuff, and it takes a lot of time. So,
all right. Any last Power Morphicon questions?
Need more legacy weapons. Buy the ones you got. More coming.
Yes.
What?
I'm just seeing questions about toys. Nobody wants to ask questions about Power Morphicon. Power Morphicon, August 17th, 18th, and 19th, 2018. Get your tickets now. Go to the Facebook site or officialpowermorphicon.com. Our current show, Japan World Heroes, is in 2 weeks, August 25th, 6th, and 7th. You can get tickets at that at japanworldheroes.com.
All right.
All right.
All right.
I think we're good.
Have fun, guys. Have a super mega day.
You still have
I'm still reading. Yeah, I'm still reading.
Hit the button.
All right.
Bruno, quit reading comments. I swear, it's always you in the comments. He's gonna
All
come
right.
back to Lavender.
Wait. Hey, look, it's Mia. Jerry, you making pizza?
I will.
Oh, what kind of pizza you making?
Several.
Ooh.
What you making? What kinds?
Several.
What's it, a secret?
For 5 thumbs up, I'll bite Mia's arm.
Hey.
I don't see it budging. Just in case, Mia. Hey, honey, here, honey, you're making a scene in the live stream. Stop it, honey. Stop it. Okay. Alright. I'm going to end here, so thank you guys for live streaming. Please subscribe if you haven't. I will always be back soon with many good Mias.
How many good Mias?
A lot of good Mias. And a Jerry. Jerry, squirrels are fantastic.
Did you even use this?
No, I didn't use it. I could see it over here.
Somebody moved the window.
Yeah. Jerry, go to bed. Hey, there's Jerry's bed.
All right, Jerry, go there.
To bed! Oh, Jerry went to bed.
I went to bed.
But now you gotta get up and make pizza. Alright. We want Moochie. Moochie's hiding under the bed. Jerry cosplay. Jerry is cosplaying as a guy that likes squirrel shirts. Squirrels for peace, that's what it says. Alright. We have to check on the kids in the other room. They get crazy. Alright. Good night. There. Okay, now I think we're good. Now we can talk bad about everybody. Oh, no, we're still going? Oh.
Bye, guys.